Hold on. Hold on for a minute. Give me a second. I don't know. I feel like I should probably wait until like it dries off. But I hate this. But so I tried pink lotion for the first time in my life. This is my first time using pink lotion, and what I would say about it, I feel like it kind of like looks the same when I do my twists, but one thing that I must, pretty much warn you about, because like I said before, this is my first time using pink lotion. Like, I know it's a childhood staple, but my childhood staple was African Pride, and the the African Pride oil, the one that you could use for like hold on, I'm gonna show you. Like this right here. Like, this was a childhood staple, and like the leave-in conditioner, and my mom would have the green one and like the orange one. And also, I think it was the Indian Heat Softies grease, which I used today, and the mango butter. I want to try the mango butter at some point, especially next summer. I like the smell, but to be honest, I wouldn't say like I'm I guess like phased. I like the results, right? But I feel like it's cool, like the after see how it pans out in the morning. But one thing I would say is that this doesn't really have like the slip that I'm used to, because it does have like lanolin and mineral oil and stuff. But also, I guess the reason why I was pretty much kind of moving on to like a different, I would say like leave-in conditioner, right? Or moisturizer, because I needed something that doesn't have like a lot of that extra stuff. I just needed something with like, a couple of ingredients. But I know that my hair loves the heteromonium, like methyl sulfate or something like that. It's like, it's in like those leave-in conditioners that like kind of soaps up, and I think those are in like the 2-in-1s or the 3-in-1s, where you can either use it as a leave-in or an actual conditioner, or like, or the tangler, one of those. But those kind of work really well for me. But I've been using like Main Choice for a while, but I wanted to kind of move on because I wasn't sure if I was getting I'm not sure if I was getting way too many like biotin in my hair, because the collection that I'm using already has biotin in the shampoo and the conditioner. So it's just like I need like a simple leave-in conditioner without all that stuff. So I've been looking up this pink lotion, try to see how it would do for a leave-in, right? I feel like while using this, it took a little finesse because you're dealing with like hair lotion that already has oil in it. And what I would say, but it's like I already used like dew grow oil, but I still mixed the two in there. But I had to finesse this a little bit and try to, because as long as you keep like spraying water on it as you go, then it's good. But I wouldn't say this will give you like the the slip right away. It takes a little, work. You know what I mean? Especially for my type of hair, you know. But I would say no itching, none of that. But mm, I'll see how it turns out and then I'll, decide, but I wouldn't say I wouldn't say this is the best, but it does the job, you know? Like it's the after I guess the results are okay if you can see it. Because what I was really concerned about was the biotin and the leave-in conditioner I was using with like, pretty much biotin overload. So that's why I had to switch. But I might use part in my afro, I don't know. But I'm looking for like a real simple leave-in conditioner that penetrates and just doesn't, you know, because I feel like overall, while it may feel moisturized, it still feels like it's sitting on top of my strands, you know? Yeah, I don't like that. But um I just don't like it, you know, because I don't blow dry or anything. I just go outside, once it sets in and especially in the summer I let the sun, hit it to dry it off. But and I don't like the smell. It's given like that smell when it's like when you're a kid. Like I remember that smell when it's like old rubber bands and those hair balls. That's what it reminds me of. Like, you know, all those oils and hair stuff sitting in that, that bin that your mom always had, in the in the drawer or something. That's what it that's what it reminds me of, like old used rubber bands and ponytails and hair balls and grease, you know. But uh like I said, it does the job, but it still feels like, it's sitting on my hair. So it's like, yeah, we're gonna look for a real different leave-in conditioner, which I feel like would be right. Um, but other than that, yeah, I think it's okay. Real greasy though. Like I had to use so much water to you know, because I didn't know how much I really needed. So it's like, see how shiny my hands is right now. Like I feel like it just sits on top of my hair, you know. But I'm gonna put this in a scarf once it's done, like air drying. But I like the design. I like how they stayed, with the pink bottle. But it gets the job done. But honestly, I would not use this to. Honestly, I would not. Hold on. But to be for real, I would not use this. I would say for like to like blow dry your hair. If you got like, I guess like 4B, 4C hair, I wouldn't use this to blow dry it because I feel like with the oil in it, it's gonna fry it. You know, I wouldn't. I don't think I would use this, but I think it would probably be decent. And maybe for like taking the braids out or taking them down. But other than that, nah, I wouldn't. Um, cause I know like lanolin oil. I feel like anything with oil in it, it just sits on top. Like it gets the job done, but I wouldn't use it, for the long term. This would probably be in the back of my like my hair supply cabinet. Good old reliable when you trying to stretch your money and stuff like that. Let me smell it again. Yeah, it still reminds me of like that old hair band that your mama had with the old rubber bands and the hair balls and you know like yeah, I never used this, like I never had this used on my hair, but I smelt it before, but I never used it. My mom never used it on me. But I remember the smell. Excuse me. So I was watching, like, while I was doing my hair, I was watching Mr. Skeffington. I think it was Mr. Skeffington. And it's basically like a black and white movie about this this woman that was very beautiful. Um, and she had like a lot of suitors and stuff like that. But the thing was, her brother was mishandling some money from, I guess, from his job, and his boss came by and told them that that her brother owed them $24,000, and you know the girl and his brother and his other I guess older brother, right? They were pretty much broke. Like the Skeffington like estate was like already like broke, but um everyone else thought they still had it together. And the reason why the boss came because he assumed that they had money. um so because of that, because of what happened, um what she was thinking is that she would marry the boss so that that debt can be forgiven. And what happened was, because she had a lot of suitors, right? She was always talking to them in like this neutral, kind of tone, you know, very, very aloof and distant, but yet, still showing interest and engaged, right? And See, in my perspective, I think Mr. Skeffington didn't look so bad. He was real patient and real calm, and you know, even though he was like a real quiet man, he still spoke when spoken to in that sense. But when he spoke, he had meaningful things to say, and I would say, oh, this is a decent man, right? Um, but again, the woman had a lot of suitors, and she didn't really like him like that, I suppose. But she was attracted to him in that sense of where, you said he had soulful eyes and that he was calm and stuff like that, right? Um, but she she did have an interest in him, but not like, not like that. So mind you, they were married, and but yet she still wanted to, like, be off in these men's faces. So long story short, this man, pretty much stood by her side, um, was very patient and stuff. They had a daughter, and while she was, still, being in the suitors' faces, not cheating, but like, entertaining them, being real friendly. Um, and what she was really concerned about was her beauty, right? But, her husband told her, it's like, a woman's even more beautiful when she's loved. You know what I mean? Um, but, she still wanted to, entertain these suitors or whatnot. So after they, separated for a while, um, they separated because this is what happened, right? While she was entertaining, her suitors, right? I guess what broke the camel's back was like when they went to dinner. She went to dinner with one of her suitors, and then her husband showed up with the secretary at the same spot. And I'm like, and then when I like think I was like, listen, I was I was kind of cool with you sowing your oats in the early stages, right? But it's the fact that he lets you still kind of entertain these suitors and still have your little fun, but you got upset when he was having his little fun too, right? And he was talking to her older brother about it, right? He was like, "Are you okay with this?" He was like, "I'm not okay with it, but at the same time, it's like, well, I don't necessarily have to really do as much. Like, yeah, I'm rich and stuff, but hey, at least there's somebody else, taking her out and giving her flowers and stuff like that." And I'm like, huh, smart man. He's making do with the situation, right? Considering that she's young, right? But she had the nerve to get upset, when he took a secretary out to dinner in the same place. And I'm like, well, you kind of expect him to kind of sit at home and wait on you while you do what you do. No, let him do a little something every now and again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that was unfair. And then plus, I would have been, girl, Mr. Skeffington. I don't know. He wasn't a bad looking guy to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he seemed like a really chill person, right? But she was young. She still wanted to, you know, date. But they were still married, and so he let her, do those things, go out on dates, and that's it. You know what I mean? But after that, after they separated because of that, um, she went out with one guy. They went out on a boat, and he was trying to tell her to go come to the back because you will catch a bad cold. You know what I mean? And she didn't listen. And guess what? She fell ill, and the illness took away her looks, and all those years catched up to her, right? Um, so before they was going out on the boat, her and her suitor met her daughter because she came there unexpectedly. Um, Mind you, she let the her husband take custody of the daughter. But her daughter went to see them while they was getting ready to go on the boat. And you can see in the movie that he now started to take a liking to her, right? And both of them are named Fanny, but um she just didn't like being called old, even though she was an older woman, right? But she still looked it young, right? She still looked at like 20 years, 20 years her senior, past, 20 years younger, right? Um, but the illness took away her looks and stuff, and pretty much, I guess nobody, you know, her suitors stopped coming to see her, especially when they found out that she was broke. You know what I mean? Um, and she said she was getting like hallucinations of her husband. So she went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, you know, he was basically like, telling her the real, like the truth, like the only way you can stop these hallucinations is to like go back to your husband because it's like you're delusional, you know. Um, the only way you could really just, squash this is to see your husband, these hallucinations and whatnot. Um, because, you know, not because, in a sense, like, because mainly her husband was the only one that loved her. And he was telling her, like, well, if these suitors really loved you, they still would have showed up, but they're not there. They're not there waiting for you downstairs in your home. So he was like, I would suggest you write to your husband and told him to come back. But she said no, right? So one of her suitors came to see her. One of her, mind you, because at her dinner party, all of them, even her suitors grew old, but she never, she never grew up, if that makes any sense. And I forgot where I was trailing off at. But yeah, one of her suitors, was like, marry me and all this stuff, saying all that, right? But while he was hugging her, one of her hair, one of her curls fell off, right? And she was saying like how she lost her hair because of the illness, and she is, basically her hairstylist has her going broke, and he was like, oh, so you're broke? And she was like, practically. And so he changed his tune real quick, and he was like, marriage is a bit too serious. I think, I should see you soon, basically, chickening out now once he found out that, she's broke. Uh, and also, her daughter came to see her again, and her daughter came to see her again, but this time she told her that she is marrying the suitor that she went on a boat with. You know what I'm saying? The that time that pretty much caused her illness, being offshore in the cold, right? Um she told her that and stuff. So she ended up basically like alone in her house. But um, I think to the nearest end, she finally caught up on her finances and stuff like that, right? And her older brother was like, your husband is downstairs. And she said she didn't want to see him because, she was worried about her, how she looked. And he was telling her, like, he's loved you for all these years. I don't think it's ever going to change, right? And what happened was he basically to see her, went down to see him, and like, um, but he told her, her other brother told her that he got raided by the Nazis and he lost everything and he's basically broke. And he was like, the least you can do is, let him back in because, he was there for you when you were broke, and he forgave your brother from stealing $24,000 from his company, right? So they meet each other again. He says that, she's still beautiful, just like, he remembered and stuff like that. And he's back home in the end, right? A happy ending. And she quotes again that a woman is even more beautiful when she's loved, right? Um, but here's the thing. It's like, I like that. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, it's like, well, when you find someone that really likes you for you, despite aging or whatnot, hold on to them, appreciate them. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like I can give that to him because I felt like Mr. Skeffington let her do what she did because, he still, in a sense, knew that she had some growing up to do, but she ended up not growing up. And the, hold on. She ended up being like so shielded and being into her looks and being sheltered. Um, you know, and it's just like, that's the thing about, because he said, he was like, listen, I'm a very patient man. I understand. I don't think he said that part, but how he moved, in a sense, how he moved was very like kind of understanding from the fact that she was like a younger woman, and that she still wanted to like, entertain guys, in that sense, she still has some growing up to do to kind of like see for herself like what's who's really for her and who's not, you know. And it does kind of like give hope. I really like that movie because I'm like, girl, I would scoop up Mr. Skeffington in a hot second. I'm like, shit. When I think about it, she's really lucky that he came back. I ain't gonna lie. Because she was really because everybody was just like, how how did she stay looking so young, And I was like, yeah, you can look young, but still, you're still your age. And if you're not, actually, because it's like in a sense of when you're like, when you still have looks in a sense, you're still not, it was different. I would say it was different back then than it is now. Because I would say like I wouldn't say like not so many like pretty women was like humbled in a sense back then. They was like treated like uh mm, at least in the movies, they wasn't as, treated like, they wasn't so blasé about, a woman's presence back then, right? Than they are now. When you start to question is, if they're like, because they be so blasé nowadays, right? But back then, you know, to find someone, beautiful back then was really rare. But when you have like a lot of beautiful women and being exposed to beautiful people all the time, it's not a thing anymore, you know. But what where I was going into this about, I forgot. But when when everyone is just treating you so nice, well, at least initially, when everyone is just treating you so nice and would drink your bath water and would do anything for you. I mean, everybody initially, right? Just to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? Not just to get to know you, but like just to be acknowledged by you. You know what I'm saying? Like you become sheltered a lot from like the harsh realities of like um from like real life as like an average everyday person. Mind you, she was a rich woman, a rich and beautiful woman, right? As long as you had that, you know what I'm saying, you really never had to worry about, in a sense of being like humbled. You know what I mean? But the thing where you kind of mess up is like when you're young, you think everything starts to revolve around you, you know, and that you're the only like hottest shit on earth. You know what I'm saying? That you're the only like, person on in this world, and that matters, right? And that comes with being young, which I don't fault her at. Um, but I just don't like how they try to like, what I don't like is just how they try to like villainize, you know, in that aspect. She didn't deserve all of that. She was just a rich, beautiful woman that wasn't, that, that was treated with very high regard, because, men wanted to be with her, you know what I mean? The most sought after, right? Um, she didn't deserve that, I would say that villainization, but I felt like, that needs to be humanized in that aspect of, um, you know, because it's very understanding. It's like, what do you expect? You know, I wouldn't say like, it's like a ha ha moment, but so many people would take it as that, because they already had hatred and jealousy for her, you know what I mean? And I don't think that's right, but you kind of see like, I don't know how to explain it, but there's so many lessons that you can see from this, but I wouldn't see it as like a ha ha humble moment, right? Because that's not where I want Mr. Skeffington to be about, you know, because she still got what she wanted in the end, right? Which is true love, right? Somebody that loves her, you know. But, you know, but it's just an understanding of youth and also growing into adulthood when it comes to love, right? Because it's like, I kind of saw it as, her just being young. Of course, she's going to be a little selfish, but, you know, it's not that beauty is fleeting, it can be in certain cases, but also it's the fact that that life happens and anything could just take it away in an instant, you know, and you better hope somebody out there loves you for you, despite of that. You know what I mean? Well, during those times, right? Um, I don't think beauty is fleeting. I think anything can happen. Beauty is just like money in a sense to me. It's like, well, anybody can be beautiful and anybody can because people can just pay for it to be beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like back then you had to be born with it when like barely like when plastic surgery wasn't really as popular, you had to be born with it. You had to have it or you had to have it or you don't, right? Um, but yes, I don't think beauty is fleeting. I think like money, like wealth, it can be taken away from you at any second because life be life, and you know. So it's like in a sense when you had that all your life, when you had admirers and suitors at your door and things like that, and you thought it was going to be forever. It wasn't because, she was, it wasn't because she was a smoker. It wasn't because, she had a bad diet. You know, it was because she fell ill from a cold. You know what I mean? Something as crazy as a cold, right? It wasn't from like, the actual aging process. It was because of a cold, you know? So it's like, I wouldn't say like, oh, it's not a thing like, oh, as you get older and stuff like that. No, there are, illnesses and, stuff like that that can take it away, you know. So, in a sense, because she stayed as young, the girl was like looking very young and she was like 45. She still looked at the same as she did, Um, but, like I said, the coldness took it right away. Um, but that was crazy. I liked it, Mr. Skeffington, though. Mr. Skeffington was a decent man. He was not a bad looking guy. I would say he looked better than, well, no. Like for a businessman, for an older man, he looked pretty good in the 1900s. Um, but yeah, that's what I got out of Mr. Skeffington. Um, Also, to update, my skin looks a lot better. I've been doing a routine. But yeah, I've been doing a routine. Um, I've been going pretty much dry. I've been pretty much sober. Um, and it's been quite a challenge. Like I'm not trying to go like completely like sober forever, but I don't know, I just feel like the other stuff has gotten old. Um, I've pretty much been single as a Pringle. I haven't really been talking to anybody. I haven't been looking for it either. Um, I've been doing pretty okay. What else? Also, I got my cousin followed me on Instagram, but at the same time, what I was thinking is, you know, from all these things that have transpired, right? Everything that's been happening over, like I say, like since like last month, in a couple of weeks, right? Um, things have been so peaceful, and and she said, she just had to get a new phone. But I'm like, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I figured out that she wasn't, mad at me or anything, right? But it's just that, like, yeah, that's cool and all, but at the same time, I just, it's shit, things has been peaceful for me right now. Um, and I kind of, and lucky, I feel bad because at the same time, I do feel like I feel bad. Like I feel like I'm like abandoning people that need me. But at the same time, it's like they're grown. And I feel like I'm just only needed, like not wanted. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, I'm just pushing on, just pushing on. I'm one of those people that's just like, obliterate now and explain later, you know, because too many of them feel like they don't have to explain, how they move to me. And I think about it. So I think that in that sense that's what gets rid of the guilt that I have. Um, hold on. But um, and every time I speak, like my throat hurts. Like not like that, but like I'm trying to like strain my voice, and I shouldn't. Like I feel like I'm trying to like keep myself quiet, and I shouldn't. It's a habit. It's a habit from I guess being afraid to like take up space or from being heard, right? Like I actually have that fear. So I have to keep drinking water to make sure I'm like speaking like from my belly and not from my throat. Um hold on. Because it's just strained, so strained. Even though I haven't spoken like because there was nobody for me to talk to. I haven't spoken in like weeks. I haven't spoken in like weeks. So because there hasn't been really nobody that I've been talking to. Um, like I said again, like my life has been so peaceful, and to be honest, for these couple of like days and stuff, um, I was emotional, you know, but I felt like that was part of like the purging that I was working on, you know, especially like emotionally, because I've been so scared of my own emotions because I felt like when I felt them, it felt like I was going to die. Like literally. Um, because they were so overwhelming. So I always tried to find ways to like avoid feeling my emotions. And even then, like a lot of things that I thought I was over, came back to the forefront of my mind, and I didn't know exactly. I didn't know how I was going to handle it, and especially without having any vices to like turn to. It felt like, man, like it just felt so overwhelming. But I got through it, and everything turned out okay, and I still haven't like touched anything, you know. Um, and I feel like since now I'm doing it with intention, and because I have like a goal in mind, it makes everything better in a sense. And also like I figured out if I keep thinking 10 steps ahead, I'm gonna get anxious and I'm gonna like self-sabotage and undo all the process that I made within it almost being 2 weeks, right? So if I just think of today, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be okay. But if I keep thinking about even as if I even keep thinking about um as much as tomorrow, I'm going to be like an anxious wreck, a nervous wreck, because I'm thinking so far ahead. Yeah, I just need to be grateful for the fact that I know where I want to go and where I want to be and who I want to be, right? Um, and when I think about it, things have been dry for a while, but um, not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. And I might spend Thanksgiving alone, you know, because my family are just weird. My family, my whole family are just weird, you know. Like I realize that we're all not really close as we think we are, and I'm hip to it. Um, the only time that I probably talk to is my uncle, and that's because he's becoming an accountant. Well, that's because he's an accountant, you know, and I'm trying to be that, so I need like, some pointers, and that's about it. But um, other than that, no. And I'm happy that his daughter, got her first house, and they want me to come to the housewarming and stuff. And it did make me think about, in a sense of how I wouldn't say behind, but I do feel behind. I do feel like a late bloomer when I see that, because it's just like, in a sense, like, well, that should have been me at this age. But I had to remind myself to be gentle with myself, just of because of all the things that happened to me, um, and the fact that I was intentionally like held back for so many years, and the fact that just even still, like even when you try after being around narcissistic parents for so long, like your mind, I would say, is still like caged. You might be free, but like your mental state isn't, you know, and you're still operating as if you are, in that environment. And so sometimes it takes a while to break out of it, you know, and I have to, take it piece by piece, and also reminding myself that I'm capable of um, that I'm capable of I would say getting these things for myself and advocating for myself, right? My throat hurts again. And I really don't know why that happens. I need to work on my throat chakra for real. Because it's probably like me trying every time when I'm closer to like um I guess speaking my truth, it just starts to hurt. When I'm hitting the root of things, it starts to hurt. Um but I just have to push through it. Uh but um I'm just taking it day by day. Um my mind is so clear. And when I think about it, I don't want to mess this up for nothing. It's like some days like my mind will like go static or like have like these mini bouts of like mania in a sense, right? But I feel like it just comes from these like spurts of like joy. I don't know how to explain it. um I'm not sure what this word is. um it's like when your brain, because I did something right, I'm not sure what it is, but I feel like I've been purified of so much where everything that I'm like everything that I'm listening to or exposed to, I feel it as such a very I feel it so strong, even with music. And that's how subliminals be in music, because let me be honest, like I will feel it coursing through my brain and I will feel sometimes my behavior change so quick because of how um, I think it's called suggestible. I'm not sure, but my brain and everything else has become like suggestible to like music and frequencies and energies and stuff, to the point where I feel it ever so strongly and I'm so sensitive to it that now I have to be careful of what music that I listen to because of how I might feel subconsciously, and I can feel it, you know. I can't To be honest, like I was even listening to Pharrell and I felt like this weird like I felt like I was being like hypnotized. I think he put subliminals in his music. But anyway, uh I pretty much been so everything's has been like just soaking in so strong now because of how I guess purified, or at least the process of it, where I just feel everything so strongly, where it just filters through me. Um, it's a weird feeling, just being in this much, being being in so much control, at least with myself. Uh, it feels so weird. but I can get the hang of it though. Um, I had to pause and think for a moment. Um, whew. Did I tell you guys about what happened on my last live? I think I did. Um, I think I did. Yeah. Let me tell you, like turning down all these people that was like, that seemed like a good option. Because sometimes what I'll do is like to turn down things because it's like, yeah, it seems good on the surface, but because I'm looking for something with a little bit more depth at least. I'm looking for like something with at least more engaging, right? It was a very hard thing to do to just bypass it all for something or for someone with more depth, right? Because I feel like whether it's, I would say whether it's short term or long term, I feel like that person does need to be, um, that person needs to be engaging, and not so aloof, and elusive. You know what I mean? I feel like, whether it's short term or long term, it just needs to be, you know, um, a lot more pizzazz, somebody that entertains you just as much as you're entertaining them, right? At least not be boring, you know. And that's pretty much where I stand. It's like, yeah, where I'm at right now, it's like I'm not necessarily looking, but if it comes by, I'm pretty much evaluating it, you know. But it's like I'm not going out my way to like look and whatnot. I'm just focused on something else. It's like something else that I have my mind on. You know what I'm saying? Like not a person, but something that I have in mind, like a vision. So it's like I'm not really looking, but if somebody comes by, I'm evaluating them to see how I would feel about them, if that makes any sense. Um, but yeah, my phone's been pretty dry. Uh, and I'm like, that's cool, because at least I don't have to, worry about the stress of seeing like if my time is going to be wasted or whatnot. It's just like, nah. It's like, it's like, nah, it's really not no point, at least not for right now, because it's just not what I'm really focused on right now. But it's just too many people here that just don't take rejection very, very lightly, you know. So it's just like, dang, do I need to carry like a government phone or something, or like a government number, so it can just, I probably need to start doing that, because I don't want to be, I just changed my number not too long ago, so it's just like I don't want to be giving giving out my new number, you know. after I just tried to like run away from from like everything else. Like I said, obliterate now and explain later. Well, you don't have to explain, but deal with the aftermaths later. They'll get it. Um, hmm, um, I've been trying to grow out my hair. My hair has been doing fine. I'm taking new vitamin supplements, so I hope those help. Um, but yeah, I don't really have any I don't really have any tea or whatnot because it's like things been real peaceful. And trust me, why do you think that I changed my number and everything? Because I don't want anybody, not even those that's close to me, to get in the way of that. Nope. Because too many people that I trusted tried to, in a sense, it's like they tried to come after my peace. They tried to destroy my peace. Even the ones that I thought, you know, that made me think that, well, at least had me think that, you know, they were doing okay in their lives, right? But they tried to mess up my peace that I got, you know? And peace in a narcissistic household is something that you don't want to mess up because it's so fragile. One one mistake and you're like, you know what I'm saying? One little, one whiff of the wind and your house or car just gonna tumble down. And that's what it's like in a narcissistic household. Actually, no. I would say being in a narcissistic household is like playing Minesweep. You know, you make one move and everything else just blows up. You know what I'm saying? One move and it happens to be a bomb, everything blows up. It don't matter because they are very unpredictable, and I still, in a sense, have this fear. Um, I have this fear of like really messing up, and I think it transferred also into my job where I'm used to. Because what would happen is if I messed up or something, right? I'm used to hearing like either my dad or my mom creeping up behind me just to give me a whole talking to, or like this condescending like tone and stuff of just talking me down, and you know or enforcing a new rule, this, I would say, this how do you explain it? It's like this hovering, this foreshadowing of this hovering that you know is going to come. So when you go like outside into the real world, and I could drop a pen and I would look over my shoulder like in fear of like someone is going to like tell me that I messed up. It's so scary. Like when I think about it, it's so scary and it's not normal. It's not normal at all to be that scared. But I think about it, it makes me want to cry because it's not so normal at all. And it's like I don't want to live like this. I don't ever want to live like this again. And that's why especially that's why like I changed my number, because, and I feel like that's why I don't really invite so many people to my house, because they see my room, And my room is like a whole it's like a whole nother world, you know. I would honestly say it's a time capsule because of all this mental stuff that I have, right? It's like they would see my room and stuff and they would change their tune. Yes, but I go to school. I go to school right now. I have how many semesters? But it's not long. But it's like when I think about it, I'm like, nah, it's not normal. I could do something by accident and I would be so scared and they'd be like, no, it's okay, you know. And I'm like, wow, I'm still like, you're saying I'm still kind of like messed up from it. But I feel like my protection rituals and stuff is working because they haven't been on that with me as of lately, you know. But still, I still live in this anxiety that just waiting for the shoe to drop over any little thing. And it could just be me just breathing, you know what I'm saying? I still sneak up in the kitchen to make something to eat. I don't like cooking when other people are around in the kitchen. Like it's crazy. Um, it's a lot, but I see the world out there and I just feel like no matter what is going on, I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen. Um, and also I do feel like um I'm not sure why, but some people in my family are just, you know, in a sense banking on me to always, you know, making on me to be coddled and stuff and rely on my you know, to just rely on looks and whatnot. And it's just like that's not true. I was I just happened to be, you know, intentionally held back and now I'm just now in a sense learning how to grow up, you know. So it's just like on top of that, it's just like, whew, I made it this far. But I feel like right now, with the way things are going, it's like if you had to claw yourself out of a cycle, I would say you better not go back because I had to, you know what I'm saying? Because it took a while because I'm like, once you get back into that cycle, I don't think, I think it's going to take you way, way longer, I would say, like to recover because, you know, the way the planets and stuff is set up is just like, no, it's not the time. It's not the time. Yeah, it do. And then when you go outside, you still think they're watching you. You and not just them, but you think everybody is watching you. You think other people are like that too, but that's besides like, you know, I would say like because I have experienced that you know, I have experienced like what you call it, like gang stalking, but um aside from that, aside from that, yeah, you start to think that everybody is just, you know, you start to think every single body is waiting for you to mess up, you know, or you think people are just hovering over you, you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of really scary when people come up behind me, from behind me, because, you know, it's just, whoo, PTSD, girl, PTSD. And I even said I was still, I'm still hearing my dad's footsteps. I hate it. I hate the sound. Ugh. Like, girl. And like thank God, I'm saying? I would say, to be honest, I felt like if it wasn't for a little magic, right? I wouldn't gotten this far. I wouldn't gotten this far to like this amount of peace and being left alone. So it takes, because, and that's how you know narcissism is spiritual. These family dynamics is more spiritual. I'm pretty much still there because I don't have nowhere else to go. And plus I'm like still in school. But I will start looking for internships and stuff like that. And then I think it would cost like a lot more to like stay over there. So either way I would have to come back, if that makes any sense. But I haven't been messed with so far in about like years. Not like years actually. I would say months. So I'm actually just learning how to be smart, you know, with the time that I'm using, that I'm not being bothered, to like save up money for school, you know, all that stuff. Ooh, an orange and yellow candle. I should actually try that. I'm gonna look that up. Does it have to be? Can it be like a glass candle? Because I haven't been able to find like the sticks. That makes a lot of sense though. I also want to do like a money spell too, to like get more money too. And I know I have to be real specific. Ooh, okay. Like, do you write on the glass candle, or do you just use a petition like parchment paper or any type of paper? Because I used to write on the glass candle with the permanent marker. But yeah, I definitely want to get up out of here before it kind of gets bad, because sometimes I have like an intuition, just knowing. Yeah. Okay. And I got a Jezebel root too. Okay. I'm putting cinnamon in there. Yeah, cinnamon sticks. I got that too. I can definitely use that. But those do sound like good ideas. I can show find me a yellow candle. Because I usually go to Dollar Tree for the candles too. But I used to go to this store in Greek Town for their candles, because they had some candles on the low too. I don't like going to those what you call it, those metaphysical shops, because they be overcharging. But I like that the fact that they have those glass candles with the stuff already written on them for the purpose. But I'm like, I think I might go to that store in Greek Town because they sell their stuff pretty reasonable, more so than the metaphysical stores that be in the white neighborhoods. Only thing cheap there is the incense, but you know, no, I might have to go visit Greektown because I just want to see what stuff they got in there as well. But I can get that yellow candle for real. I can get that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that for real. I'll try that out. I got some money incense too, so that will help. Yeah, I'm gonna use that. But yeah, okay. Ooh, hold on, let me write that down. Orange candle. That is some real helpful information. Thank you. See all this food that's being recalled also? Waffles. Girl. Um, but yeah, I should try that. I'm gonna try it. Should I what phase of the moon did you use to spell at? Like a new moon, full moon, or did it matter? Ooh. And plus I need to get rid of some stuff anyway. I feel like I got way too much stuff right now. Well, I do need to give up stuff that's like way too big anyway. So yeah. And an asteroid? Stop. Ooh, girl. Man. And also, hold on. I might do it on a new moon actually. Cause it's a the full moon was just yesterday. I just didn't know um what spell I should do. But it's been pretty chill. But since then I've just been using protection and cleansing rituals. That's all I've been using. That's how I pretty much survived so far till I figured out that narcissism was a spiritual thing. If I can get it, if I can get like kind of a hold of it spiritually, then I could do it that way until like until I figure out my situation. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Oh my God. I am so hungry. Mm. Mm. I eat my spinach raw. What is me? I'm having like, you can see it. Nothing too exciting. Woo! But like, I think my calorie deficit is 1,523 calories. So yeah, it's been hard. Especially from like these on and off cravings. Because I haven't like drank or smoked or anything. Yeah, crazy. So hard to stick to it. Because I just end up craving like sweets and something salty out of nowhere. So I sometimes have to give myself a day to like eat what I really want to eat, you know? But I've been getting back on track. But I am gonna definitely try out that spell. Mm. I low-key want to eat a salmon bagel sandwich tomorrow. Because I really like cucumbers. Oh yeah, other than that, things have been so dry. And I'm not really bored. Funny enough, I don't find myself to be really bored. Because I'm like, at my house, it's like I have everything that I could possibly do. I can either read, play the video game, listen to music, um, make a mocktail. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of stuff for me to do. Oh, you guys should really try these air fried fillets. They are so bomb. I get them when I can't. I get them when I had when I had salmon, because you can't really eat salmon too much. It's way too much sodium. And can't really eat too much fish anyway. But the air fried fish be so bomb. It comes in these little bags. Oh my god. I haven't really eaten since I started out my hair, so. For real? I thought it was unsafe. Because I guess they said like the mercury levels in it. But I'm like, don't the Japanese eat like a lot of fish, right? So what's really, I don't know. When I think about it, it's like, so what's really true, you know? Or I think that's just with salmon. I feel like you can't eat too. I feel like they said you can't eat too much salmon because of the high mercury levels that it has. But the I guess the whitefish or something, they said I think those have the lowest levels that you can eat as much as you want. I think it's just about the mercury levels. Because if salmon wasn't that high, I'll be eating that. I'll be eating that all day. Weight loss pills? I didn't even know they existed. I'm actually scared them things might backfire. I'm gonna end up skinny as a stick. Girl. How are they though? Have you tried some? I never thought they existed. I used to do, I did like a weight loss subliminal once. And they made my metabolism off the roof. I was losing too much weight. I'm not even sure if the last spell that I did worked. Yeah, it was by Egtopia. It was was by Egtopia before they took her YouTube channel, before they took it off. But it's some re-uploads on there though. It's a weight loss subliminal. I used to listen to it. Overnight. And it helped, but I was losing way too much weight. I was like 115. And my goal was supposed to be like 125. I was like, whoa. But yeah, it's on YouTube. And I liked me some Egtopia subliminals. They was really good. They always take off like the best subliminal, especially like the black. Especially like the black subliminal makers, like they been doing it. I don't know. Because I haven't actually touched a weight loss subliminal. I've been using some of Dylan James, but not his weight loss ones, but his parental subliminals. But he does have some weight loss subliminals in there. But I don't know. I probably want to try the I don't really trust the re-uploads though. But I think Dylan James might be better, in terms of safety, right? But it's like if I really do need help to like stick to I feel like probably, but I don't know. Because it's like I'm already listening to like other subliminals right now. But I'm listening to like mental health subliminals and basically whatchamacallit, like what does it say on here? It says, because I got like a Dylan James playlist, but I've been using his stuff. I use one of his subliminals. It's called, where is it at? It's called Heal Parental Wounds, Establish New Identity, Autonomy, Boundaries. That's what that is. The Dylan James, this is the one that I'm using right now, along with hair growth subliminal and maladaptive daydream subliminals and what else? Removing blockages and age reversal. Those are the ones that I'm using. Like most of them is not really, like I would say, physical, but it's more mental. You know what I mean? But I don't know if I find like a decent one, because I haven't found like a weight loss one that I trust. But probably, I'll say probably. Because it's like I don't really have any Yeah. They say Dylan James is pretty good. But yeah. And I was like, yeah, I probably can trick myself into eating healthier, but because sometimes some cravings, especially if your cycle come around, I'm like at that point I just eat whatever I want at least like 4 days before my period. So I try not to restrict myself so much, especially just not especially my body trying to recover without all these substances, right? I gotta be mindful of it. But still stay within the calorie deficit while also giving what my body needs. I'm trying to figure that out. So, it's a trip. Mm. Nah, it didn't make me lose my appetite, but it made me I would say it made me crave like healthier foods. And to basically be like satisfied, it just made me crave like healthier options. And it also kind of like, I would say it kind of like gave me, it made me more consistent in like my workout routines when I did it. But it is subliminals out there that'll help you eat less, you know. But it's some subliminals where you get it like as a whole package. Like it'll help you be let me look it up. Hold on. I think it's still there. I just don't know if they have like the benefits like in the comments. Ectopia weight loss. Um I actually don't remember, but it probably did because I would say I did go back to my habits, but it was because of something else. But I don't think it was because of the subliminal. I think it was just life. But I'm not sure if it wore off, but I felt like it stayed for like a couple of like I would say like a couple of months, you know, because I was able to keep it off for at least a year. And I pretty much stopped listening to subliminal then, but I was still able to keep it up. Okay, let me see. This is the re-upload. It says become overall slimmer and leaner and lose body weight. That's the one that I used before I got taken off the channel, but they re-uploaded it. Um, hold on. This gets on my nerves because I'm just trying to look for. Thank you for the like. I'm trying to look for the benefits. Dang, they ain't got the benefits on here. That's crazy. Why did they do this? And this is Ectopia. I feel like she's still making you see it? Yeah, it's Ectopia. Like she's still making subliminals, but they not the same ones that she had before. You know what I mean? So she has curvy core. She has the small bean one. Let me see what this is about. Yeah. Yep, that's her. Let me see. What are the benefits, girl? I hate when I have to put it on a in a document. I just be wanting to see if it's like there. Uh oh, that's for the for height. I'm thinking this to make you like be like smaller, I guess. That's what I thought. But I don't think she has I don't think she has a weight loss one in her channel. Yeah, I don't think she does. But she said she was coming up with a no, that was 2 days ago, wasn't it? 2 days ago. Okay, what is curvy core? What is that about? What is this curvy core about? Well, I think the only one that's close to it, intense weight line and flat tummy burn. But yeah, I don't think she has like yeah, she don't have it. That's crazy. She should have a weight loss subliminal. Yep, they do have a eat less subliminal. But this is plenty. That one. Ooh. Okay, Eve, I see you. She looks good. Okay, legs. Okay. Woo. My girl. Oh, I'm tired from all this eating. Oh, I get so tired early, but it's probably because like I because I've been now setting up a schedule. Like I feel so old. I be feeling so old. Like, oh, I'm so ready to go to bed. Like around it's close to 8 or 9 o'clock, but I'm like, I already got some stories that I don't want to miss on television. I think Sister comes on around 10. Like I'm still one of those that like to watch actual TV. It just feels more real. Like I would literally get like a Roku box just to play like old like 80 shows. Like have y'all not heard of the Damon Show? Cause I love it. Yeah, what's it called? It I didn't know that all these like most of these like late 80s and like early to like late 90s shows was like based in Chicago. It's crazy. I love it. Right. I didn't even know how I did not even realize how much of a bop Sister Sisters was. And like I love me some Jackie Harry, like that's my drag mother. As you can see, like Jackie Harry is my drag mother, like for real. Like this is my soon to be twin. Like I love this girl. I love this woman so much. Ooh. That's my I'm for real. Like no, that's my drag mother for real. Like I think I like taken so much like an obsession with her because like she kind of like she like favors my mom a lot when she was like younger, just like lighter skin, you know. But she was like, "Oh my God, that's the mother I always wanted," you know. And also like that's the girl that I always wanted to be was Jackie Harry. Like, have you not seen her on Brewster Street? Yeah, she had her own show, but it was only one episode, and I was real upset about that. Okay. And I also felt like on 227, like Marla Gibbs was a hater, a straight up hater. And I don't forgive her because she is snake too. Because I don't like how she did Jackie like that. Because that was the whole point of her character was to be like, you know, the hot woman in the building. You know what I'm saying? The hot girl in the building. And I totally related to her story on to her part in Brewster's place. And also when they was doing like when they changed the Brewster Place movie into like I guess into a television show. Girl, I felt for her for real. I felt for her for real. If you know, you know. You see that part with the pastor, girl. And look, her friend tried to tell her. Ooh, why she get slapped by Eartha Kitt? Damn? What did she do? And I felt bad for her with the oh, okay. I seen that on the ooh. Ooh wee. And at the same time, I'm starting to think that maybe like the characters that she played was like her in real life. But girl, ooh wee. Ooh, just as I thought. Girl, Jackie Harry used to stay getting people sweating in their boots, okay? Used to have them shaking, okay? Like, like, I forgot, but Marla Gibbs, yeah, they didn't like each other either. But Marla Gibbs, she was a hater for real. And I also felt bad for her about that situation with her husband. And I think he had a show or something like that on BT. Was he was like a hairstylist, wasn't he? And I'm like, um, because I felt like I think they found out or something like her husband at the time was gay, or I don't know. I gotta look it up again. Says he on Lipstick Alley because they be having all the tea. But yeah, Jackie Harry husband. Okay, yep, ex husband, and he did hair. He has some nice hair too. Yeah, she went through a lot. I felt bad for old girl, and you know what I'm saying, like. I felt like she should have been way bigger than she was, especially with the Jack A show. Loved it. Loved that one episode. I am so mad for her. You know, I'm mad for her. And it's like, yeah, it's cool that she doing like little shows off of I guess the Pains and this other show called In the Cut, but it's like it don't it don't hit it don't hit the same. Like I swear I wanted more for her. But they was so man, it was I bet life was so cruel to her. I feel like she deserves so much better. Um, it's on YouTube. It's called Jack A. It's just that name, but it's just one episode. I loved it. I loved it. And it's just like, that kind of irritated me, but it's like y'all could give um, you know, I was so mad. I was so mad because that was a nice show for one episode. It was off to a good start. But they said it was one season, but they only have one episode on YouTube. I'm like, bro, Jackie, Harry. Yeah, it was like a spinoff. Season 1. They only had one episode. She looked it so good. Like, girl. And I was like, yes, she's definitely like my drag mother, like for real. For real. Yeah. Yep, I heard about Whoopi and Sherry. I'm like, how they get more episodes? Well, because I only see they only had the pilot out. I was so upset. Her outfits was everything. She stayed showing out. She deserves so much better. Okay? They was some haters. Um, do they at least have like a tape or something? Because I'm like, they said she had one season, but it's only one episode on YouTube. I know Vivica Fox was everywhere. Vivica Fox was paid and still is paid. That's the craziest part. That is so unfair. She deserved it so much better. Somebody must have put some roots on her because, like, man, she was just she was off to a real good start. Because like because I'm wondering, they have episodes of everything else, but why don't they have episodes of the Jackie show if it was one season? But I felt like I felt like it was kind of BS though, because it's like, yeah. I just felt like, I wouldn't say like during her prime, but it's like what I'm saying? I just wanted to be kind of carried through instead of just going straight to seeing her as a mother. I wanted to just, you know, see her, as that, and then, you know what I mean, like that. Because I feel like I didn't get to see her in like these stages. You know what I'm saying? It just went from, I guess, Brewster Place, uh, in like 227, and then a little bit into, this one episode, and then it went straight into like, um, I guess being a mother. I ain't never get to experience that. Like, I wish I had to see her more in that stage. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have loved to see Jackie Harry in her hot girl era, for real, for real. But you know what I'm saying, that's only been one episode. But I wonder why it didn't get approved, because I think everybody would have got paid. It would have been easy, because I'm like, if that's so Raven can come on, then I think Sister needs to come on. Because I'm like, all the all the cast members is still alive. You know what I'm saying? Except for Brittany Murphy. But that's about it. I'm like, still, I don't see what's the problem. And I feel like it's best to like, you know, at least do a reunion before, before, you know, because people are dropping like flies nowadays. So it's just like, you know, sometimes a reunion is good in that way just to see, where they at. You know what I mean? And I didn't know, and girl, I didn't know she was on the Days of Our Lives too. That's real. That's real crazy. That girl was really doing it, like for real. But I feel like she deserved like a lot more. Um, I would say like visibility. But I wanted to see her more in her hot girl era for real. That would have definitely gave me a lot more inspiration. Not like hot girl, like that type, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean. Like in her singlehood. While she was wearing those cute outfits. I think I got one of the dresses by her designer and I wore it for my birthday. Like, was it last year? I think it was last year. And girl, I was, man, me and my cousin at the time was not able to go home that night because they would not turn me loose. And it was 80s night that day. I still remember it. It was Bob. Like I would show you, but like my closet, like I hate going in my closet, but it's a black dress though, but it was made by the same designer that she took a picture in red, but my dress was black. But it had the bow in the front, off the shoulder. You know, it costed me like $80. But I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be Jackie Harry on 80s night. I was like, yeah. And I had big hair, you know, had the big, you know, afro, the blowout. And my cousin said I should have worn a ponytail. Nope. And thank God I went by my first mind. Okay. And I met me a lot of mullets. And a lot of white girls was hating, okay? They was. One even went right in front of me with a guy that I was dancing with. And I'm like, girl, I didn't even know. Don't be hating. I'm like, oh my God, I'm probably inhabiting the spirit. I probably was really inhabiting like the spirit of Jackie Harry that night, you know, that Leo energy. But I will show y'all like the results of my hair after using the pink lotion, because like um yeah, like my hair don't feel dry right now, but I'm like, I'm gonna see how many times do I need to like re-moisturize. And at least I got that out the way, because who, if I do my hair, once I take out my hair, I gotta do it right away, because I ain't gonna feel like doing it once I take it out. So, you know, I'm trying to like grow it out, and I'm pretty sure that it's gonna grow really fast. I'm seeing progress on my right side because I trimmed some ends on that side. So, and I think my biggest it's been growing back here, but it's because I think my main problem is like trimming, because I'm not sure if my ends need trimming or if it's just my texture of hair. So I'm gonna start trimming every like 3 months. Yeah, because it's like as soon as I feel like like a little stray or something a little rough, that's when I cut off the ends. But I'm like, maybe that's just the way that my texture is, because it's like no matter what I use, it's gonna be like that. So I feel like that's just the texture of my ends, period. You know. Plus they say the ends is gonna be rough, a little bit rougher than the rest of your hair anyway. But it's like I don't, you know, and I don't really wear my hair out for more than 2 days. Hey, but yeah, I don't really wear my hair out no less than 2 days before I have to before it starts getting tangled. So most of the time I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be in twists. And I'm gonna do an update. Thank you. I'm like, girl, even in my score. But yeah, I'll definitely give like at least like a hair update in December. And I gotta get me a digital weight scale. I definitely gotta get that. I already got like a food scale, but I need a digital weight scale so I can keep track of um I guess my weight loss. But I'm like, how often do I need to check for like weight loss progress? Should it be like every 3 weeks? I think it should be every 3 weeks. What? God, mom, what's that? God, mom, I don't know what you mean. I might drink some tea and look up some tarot readings. But I can't wait because I like anything to like do with my hair though. I'm trying to grow it back to what it used to be before I cut it again. But it's like as long as I just leave it alone and not comb it out and not wear it out so much, I'll be fine. It's been making progress on this side too. But everything else is like growing at a nice pace. So yeah. I'm making real progress with my hair and stuff. But have you ever really got so excited that it's like you end up like self-sabotaging in a sense because it's like you get so excited but then you get disappointed. It's like, why not right now? You like get so excited about, the progress, but you like, dang, you know, that's my problem with me. I get so excited about the progress that I'm making and I end up self-sabotaging because I'd be like, oh, well, I should treat myself. And it's just like, no, keep going until you get where you need to be. Like that part is so hard. After I remind myself, like, yeah, you see the results, but keep going, you know, keep going. Patience, darling, patience. I've been watching some black and white movies too lately. I've been watching, like I said, Mr. Skeffington, uh, Auntie Mame, what else? The apartment, and then uh, what else? What else? What else? Oh, um, I think it's called North Northwest. It's about somebody being accused of being like a spy. It's a really it's like an action movie, but it was pretty cool though. I really liked it. Um, but I feel like I like the black and white movies because I just like how they talk to each other. Like it's just so like full of wit and and it's just like the way they talk to each other is just so witty and like cheeky. It's like they used to really say some things that would go over my head, but now I'm looking at it again. I'm just like, ooh, you know. I was like, okay, I'm grown now, so now I'm understanding what they're saying. I understand what they mean. You know what I'm saying? Like just by the way that they look at each other and stuff like that. Like I like those exchanges that they had back in the day between man and woman. There was a lot of um there was a lot of like I wouldn't say puns, but they're like, everything was just so orderly and like formal. I loved it. Even in the most like movies that are supposed to be funny, they're so formal with each other. You know, that's what I like about the black and white movies that I've been looking at lately. But I don't want to keep y'all up, Um, enjoy your night. I wish y'all a good night. Girl, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna keep y'all updated. I'm gonna show y'all the picture of what my hair looks like tomorrow after wrapping it up. It's been fully dried, so you know. Whew, girl. But I'm gonna make sure to keep y'all posted. Good night.